What do you have in your hands? It's a very simple question. You know, Jesus was known as the epitome of what someone who disciples people looks like. You know, he taught, but he didn't just teach. He walked life through with the disciples, and he didn't just walk life through. He showed them exactly how to do what he did. And I think one of the great examples of the very simple question of what do you have in your hands is in John 6 with the feeding of the 5,000. You know, Jesus is preaching to 5,000 people. His disciples are around, and he notices that crowd's getting hungry. And so he says to the disciples, go and find some food. And the disciples go off. They don't know where they can find food. He said, gather anything you can find. And so in John 6, in the only gospel that mentions this, a boy is found with 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And it's from that Jesus does a miracle, and he feeds 5,000. I love that it is a child because it shows the simplicity of what Jesus is asking. So often we think it's a really difficult thing to do, but the fact that it is a child that is presented before Jesus with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, what's in his hands, is what God used to do a miracle. I don't think there's a better example of all we need to bring. I don't think there's a better example of how we overcomplicate what we need to bring. Whether it's thinking we have to work to a point to get our salvation so God can use us, whether it's thinking that we have to be this good of a person for God to bless and anoint and carry us. No, the question is simple. What do you have in your hands? One of the things that I found really interesting about doing stuff with Made Creative is that we just asked that question. That was the question we asked. And when I talk to other artists that haven't released music yet, they've written a lot of songs, you know, they talk about getting the right song at the right time, or they're not sure what they're doing, or blah, 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 blah. And the truth is we didn't know what we were doing, but we just used what was in our hands for God's glory. And what God did with that was more than we could dream that he could do with that, because that is what God does. And so I guess I want to ask you today, what is in your hands that God can use? Because it does not need to be anything crazier than 5 loaves and 2 fishes. So what is in your hands?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and a comment. And if you haven't already, please go press that subscribe button, put the bell icon on, and we'll see you in the next video.